Hello and welcome to Irish Football Fan TV. This is Tuesday Transfer Talk with myself, Paul Nealon, of course. A bit of movement this week in terms of some of our Irish players, and thanks to Kenny's Kids and Pundit Arena, the founder of Kenny's Kids, Ronan Calver. He's not the founder, but he's the fellow who runs it now. He has provided a lovely list which will be available in the link in the bio. And you can check it out, and it has all the latest done deals and all the latest transfer rumours. So I suppose the first one, obviously he's in the thumbnail and someone has already commented on it. Denja has said Aiden McGeady is finished, but he has joined Hibs. The 36-year-old has penned a 1-year deal, keep him at the club until next year. He's capped obviously 93 times for Ireland. He comes off the back of, I suppose, a successful spell, maybe second time round with Sunderland, which probably didn't go too well originally, but towards the end, obviously, we know the season before last, he was excellent, and the amount of assists he got in that season, and I suppose he's just enjoyed the last couple of years. I think Hibs is a nice way for him to finish his career. I think he will finish his career after this. I just think it makes sense for him to go there, back to Scotland where he grew up. I know people will have their differences over that. The Scottish fans kind of hate him for playing for Ireland, but look, I think it's a good way for him to finish up, and it's a good club, which a lot of Irish players end up going to, and former Celtic players as well. So look, I think it's a move that makes sense for all parties on that one. So I think that's a very wise move for Aiden and for Hibs themselves. So, I think he'll be good for all the youngsters within the squad as well. And I just think it makes sense for everyone. The other move as well, Liam Kerrigan going to Como in Serie B. We know Andy Moyler has confirmed that that's going to be a runner and that he's signed for them. So he's obviously been really good with the Ireland under-21s, and in the recent games he's shone and scored. I think he scored both games. I can't really think that far back because it was only a few weeks ago, but so much has happened in the meantime. It just says there, Eric White has tweeted that UCD manager Andy Moyler confirmed after that game that Republic of Ireland under-21 international Liam Kerrigan is joining Serie B side Como 1907. Generally known as Como, the Serie B side secured a 30th place finish in the league season just gone and play out of the 13,000 capacity Stadio Giuseppe Sinigalaglia. I hope I said that right, but yeah, he's gone there from UCD, and they were recently promoted from Serie B, to Serie B from Serie C. So just 5 years after the club were declared bankrupt, and under their previous guise of Como, so they obviously came back as Como 1907. But look, it looks as though he's signed to them, and look, I wish him well. I hope it's a move that he can progress from. It'll be interesting to see, like, Serie B, what's the drop off there in terms of Serie A, and is he going to go over, is he going to do well, because he is 22, so he does need to start making moves now in that sense. Then Conor McCarthy moving from St Mirren to Barnsley, which in some cases maybe it's a 3-year deal from July 1st, but maybe some people will look at that as a sideways move, or maybe people will look at that as a move that suits everyone in that capacity. I think Conor McCarthy was very highly rated going over from Cork City originally to St Mirren. Jim Goodwin did a fantastic job with him. He made 84 appearances with him while he was there, which I think is very, very good. He's 6'3", he's a centre back. This could be the makings of him. You never know. You just see that Luke McNally is signed with Burnley after coming off the back of a move going to Oxford United and impressing there, and it's earned him a move now to Burnley, and he's arguably going to be Nathan Collins' replacement. So maybe this could be a move for Conor to maybe move his way up the ranks, and he's got a long way to go just in terms of how good our centre backs are to get into the team that way. But I do think it's a decent enough one for him. And another defender that was on the move as well was Darragh Lenihan to Middlesbrough, A lot of people looking at that as maybe a sideways move more so than a move that's ambitious. So look, I think Darragh Lenihan showed his quality in the last Ireland game, playing against Ukraine. He looked solid. He looked like he could do a job. He had a really good season with Blackburn, getting into the EFL team of the season. I just think this fella, it's up to him how much he wants to succeed. I think going and linking up with Chris Wilder, who I think is a great manager, I think he'll get the best out of him, and I think that they have a good chance of going up this season. We'll wait and see what way that's going to happen, but I do think he is, when you look at our centre backs, he's definitely within the top 5 of our centre backs, and against Ukraine he didn't look out of place at all. I just think it's a great move from Middlesbrough's point of view. I don't know if it's a great move from his own point of view in terms of getting into the Irish setup. But then again, Shane Duffy isn't getting game time at Brighton. Where's he going to be next season? John Egan, I think Stephen Kenny really likes him. And then you got Nathan Collins, who could be on his way as well. A lot of clubs linked with him, especially Wolves, Leicester, Leeds, Aston Villa, I think Newcastle as well, all linked with him, but there's nothing concrete at the moment. But it is tipped that he's going to leave, and that's why they signed Luke McNally today. I will speak about Luke now in a sec, but I do think that Darragh Lenihan's a decent move. But yeah, let's see. Felix is trying to catch me out here with Yuri Nader, trying to be funny. I haven't seen that one before, Felix, so good man. Danger thinks Aiden McGeady is finished. Well, look, I think for him to finish at Hibs is a good move for him. So let's just see how this season goes from. If it's anything like the last couple of seasons at Sunderland, hopefully it'll go well for him. Might win a cup or something. But hopefully Celtic are the ones that win the cup, in my view. But what other? Luke McNally to Burnley. I think this is a really good move, and I know Pat's getting a good sum out of St. Pat's, in case you don't know. Good club in Inchicore, and they play in the League of Ireland. They're getting about 300,000 for Luke McNally's transfer. It's 1.6 million, absolute bargain for him. He's been a colossus for Oxford United, scoring goals, and I just think he's going to be a player that he'll only grow from here. At 1.6 million, he's only going to learn from Vincent Kompany. We've seen how much Josh Cullen learned from Vincent Kompany, so hopefully Luke takes to the same vein as him and can really progress. And he looks like a player with a really bright future and an intelligent kid as well. So I think this could be the makings of him as well. So a lot of centre backs are on the move. It's such a mad position that we've got so many good players in that position. We've got Duffy, Egan, Seamus Coleman, you probably say, is a centre-back now. He's a right centre-back for us. You've got Omo Bamidele, you've got Darragh O'Shea, you've got Darragh Lenihan, you've got Luke McNally, Warren O'Hara, the MK Dons, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple more that could arguably be in there as well. So I think we're blessed in that sense, but it's good to see them all making moves, and it's good to see Irish players making moves in general. And I think it's boded well. It's been a good summer for Irish transfers so far, and thankfully this Kenny's Kids list is actually very good, and it keeps you well up to date. Another player that was on the move there was Owen O'Connell. There's a couple of other ones like Luke Turner to Cliftonville, but I'm not really going to go into that. But there's one interesting one that a lot of Liverpool fans will be happy about, is the one of Trent Kone-Doherty. He's only 15, and he's signed for Liverpool, where he's going to sign on July 1st. He will be 16 by that point, but it's going to cost Liverpool 150,000, which will go to Derry City. Whether that's compensation or whether that's a transfer fee, I'm not sure, but really highly rated underage player, and he's gone over there with a lot of hype. So I think a lot of people from Derry have high hopes for him, and I think Liverpool will obviously have high hopes for him as well. But it'll be interesting. Can he go over, and can he, I suppose, get force his way into the team, and maybe in the future we're talking about him as a future star. But I wish him well, even though he's gone to Liverpool. I do wish him well, and hopefully he can go over and make an impression and climb through the ranks and get onto the first team one day. But I'd imagine he'd be on a few loan moves before then. Then just the latest transfer rumours. There's only one or two that are there, but the one from Football Scotland are reporting that Conor, Ronan and Jamie McGrath are on Aberdeen's transfer list, obviously with Jim Goodwin taking over, and he has worked both with Conor Ronan and Jamie McGrath. Wolves are happy to let Ronan return to Scotland, it said, for the right fee, with Hearts are also monitoring the situation. So yeah, it'd be interesting now if either of them go, and what will happen there, or what would it be, a permanent move, would it be a loan move? It seems as though Wolves want a fee for Conor Ronan, who went to St Mirren and was brilliant for them. I think he got their player of the season as well. Sam Curtis to Feyenoord, I think I spoke about that one last week. I suppose we'll just go into Nathan Collins has been linked with a lot of Premier League clubs, and it looks as though now with Luke McNally signing for Burnley that Nathan's going to go, although he did speak about playing with him, so I wonder what way that will actually go. But I think Nathan Collins, I think this could be a very interesting move. He's in line to be the most expensive Irish player of all time, taking over from Robbie Keane and Damien Duff, who were the most expensive. I think then Matt Doherty, James McCarthy, and I can't remember the last one. But those players were the most expensive in recent times. I can't remember the fifth one, but I think it was just around 10 million or 11 million. But anyway, Nathan Collins going to Wolves. It seems they're the favourites to sign him. I wonder what the fee is. You'd be looking upwards of 20 million, I'd say, even though I think Burnley signed him for about 12 million last year. So yeah, it's great to see these Irish players moving from, clubs, going to Premier League clubs and going for good money, and because we've been so starved of it for so long. But it's great now to see Bazunu did it with Southampton, and now Nathan Collins looks like he's going to be joining Wolves or Leicester or Villa or Newcastle or who was the other club? Newcastle, Leicester, Villa, Leeds, I think were the other ones. So there's a number of clubs there he'd go to, but I think the one that makes sense would be Wolves or Leicester. The way they play, I think he'd actually suit Leicester the best, but if he used to go to Wolves, I wouldn't be against it either. And if he could settle there the way Matt Doherty settled there, then we'd all be laughing, wouldn't we? So yeah, I suppose that's it in terms of the transfers. In terms of reaction, I think the Darragh Lenihan move to Middlesbrough could be big for him. I think they could go for a big promotion push this season. I do think Luke McNally is going to only get better as time goes on with learning from Vincent Kompany. And I do think that Aiden McGeady will have a decent season at Hibs. In terms of anything else, really nothing's concrete otherwise. The one with Kone-Doherty, he's going to be a while before he makes it into the first team. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on all the latest transfers and all the latest transfer news. I'm going to jump off. The Gavin Bazunu interview is coming shortly this week. I have it ready to go. I'm just going to pick the right time to get that one out, so you won't want to miss that. That's his first big chat since he signed for Southampton, so you won't want to miss that. And obviously we've had some clips going out on our social media over the last couple of days as well, so you can check them out if you're waiting for the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Obviously we are only 49 subscribers from achieving 11,000 subscribers, so we'd really appreciate if you could do that. If you could drop a like on the video as well, that would be great. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. We'll speak to you soon.